Gather round. My name is Uncle Ron. You have landed on my porch. Pull up a chair, grab a seat, grab some coffee or some cold brew. Let's talk about how to grow your business using search engine optimization, technology, and social media. I am here to give you the tips, tricks, and cheat codes that I use each and every day to grow my businesses. Yes, I have both an insurance agency and a marketing firm. They rely on me being super productive, and I have to be very specific with how I allocate and spend time as a result. What this means for you is I'm giving you the hacks that I use for productivity each and every day this week. That has been our goal on the porch. I have talked about many things. One of my favorite things that I love to talk about are micro commitments and rewards. We spent the last 2 days there. But let's talk about some of the actual tools that I use to keep myself on track and productive every single day that I work. I remind you that I do build in rest and restoration to my schedule because it's so very important. Sleep is also a component of that. One of the things that you would be stunned to know probably, is that I actually use a pen and paper notebook very heavily. Yes, I run a digital office. I run a digital marketing firm. We do not have file cabinets. We store everything in the cloud. And I personally use a fancy pen and paper to keep myself aligned all the time. I do that in two different ways. The fancy pen, I use a specific pen brand that I love. It's a little expensive, a little excessive, but hey, I use it and it's okay. I actually have it with 3 different colors of ink so that I can color code what I write. I use a notebook system that is small enough to carry around. I do not use a big planner. I have personally found that my brain gets lost in those big planners like the Panda Planner. I know a lot of people love them and I'm happy for you. I personally use dot grid notebooks that fit inside of a wax canvas carrier. In the email that comes out on Saturday, I will give you a couple links to the pens that I use and the wax canvas notebook that has it's refillable. And so I use those because it's sustainable over time. One of the things that I do with those 3 colored pens is that it breaks up the page when I'm writing things, taking notes that allow me to easily scan and find different pieces of information as I look back through it. Does some of that information get transferred electronically later into my Google Drive? Absolutely. I use it because it's with me all the time, and sometimes I have my phone just shut down so that I cannot be bothered. In conjunction with those paper notebooks, I use a daily activity planner / to-do list. And over time, I have found that a single page tear sheet, which allows me to have check boxes down one side where I can list out specific tasks that I need to do for today, is very helpful. I get lost in those big planners, but there are pieces of those big planners that are extremely useful. And one of those is the single page daily activity planner. I can put notes at the bottom of the page. I can list out calendar appointments or larger scope projects that I need to keep top of mind. And then I have a section with tick boxes where I can mark off that the micro commitments of those tasks are done and completed. And I can celebrate that that is the case. One of the things that I will give you along with the links to the pens and the notebooks is I'm going to send you an image, a PNG file this week that will have a copy of my daily checklist planner. And you will see down the left-hand side of the top half, there are those check boxes with lines for those individual tasks. Down the right are a set of corresponding lines that will allow me to put either calendar events or larger items that I want to focus on. And then the bottom half of the page is nothing but a dot grid where I can make notes, calculations, whatever it is I need to put there. Maybe I'm talking to somebody on the phone and I need to scribble down some information. That's where that's going to go before it gets transferred into my CRM. That is something that I use each and every day. That is old school. It is not technologically driven, but the physical act of writing things down on paper has been a massive boon for my brain. It helps me recall and remember things better. And it's something that if I write it down, I know that it's more important than other things. I do transfer a lot of that information electronically. So what do I use electronically to keep things straight? Our CRM, which is HubSpot, big fan. We can talk about whether it's right for you or not. But one of the things that is inside of the CRM, we have specific fields where we keep information about people. One of the things that we ask folks for now is, what is that anniversary date if you're married? And it's because we want to wish them congratulations on that anniversary. We ask if you're a veteran so that we can tell you thank you for your service, especially on Veterans Day, which just happened. We are using our CRM to keep track of tasks that you can put out into the future if you need to follow up with someone. The people in my office love that functionality. We are using Google Workspace a lot. We use the Google Calendar. And one of the things that I love about Google Calendar is you can now create focus time events which shut down notifications. It puts you on Do Not Disturb. That is fantastic. One of the things that you can use in Google Workspace is their tasks. They have expanded the ability of the task to assign them to other people or assign parts of them to other people. Maybe you use Google Keep. I don't personally use that one, but it is another piece of Google Workspace that I know a lot of people love to use. We also, inside of Google Drive, use Google Docs to keep up with tasks. When I am putting together a content plan for Uncle Ron's Porch, I have a template inside of Google Docs. Part of that template includes checklists that I can mark complete or assign to someone else if I need to, if there's editing to be done, whatever the case may be, publishing the actual files up into the podcast system. It keeps me straight. Those pieces are there. Learn how to use them. Smart chips inside of the Google ecosphere allow you to bring other people into those tasks and conversations. You can use those to keep you on focus. One of the things that I love with electronic checklists inside of either Google Docs or Google Sheets is that it allows me to see long-term volume of those tasks that we have completed that are helping to grow our business. That excites me and allows me to see even bigger rewards than the micro commitments that we talked about yesterday. Those are the actual tools that I use each and every day. Hopefully you have gained insight into the productivity of Uncle Ron and how he goes about it this week. We've had a great week here on the porch. Hopefully you're embracing how to be more productive in growing your business. See you next week on the porch.